She's she's an unusual kind of program I managed to put together. She is an intelligence that was meant to be a small helper and friend of sorts. The idea around her was to be structured and aimed at those with heavy social anxiety, depression, or simply can never leave their house like you and I can. When you activate her, she kind of just falls down into your screen and lands at the bottom or the floor of your computer screen. She then stands up and just tends to shuffle about or relax when not in use. But when you click her, she'll ask you what you need, and you can ask her to look up information or just for a small conversation. And with her, and due to her rapidly developing AI placed into her files code, she will reply as if she were a regular person giving her own opinion on the subject. The plan was if she was a success in the beta test run, there would be more of them made in different genders, personalities, and voice. Basically, give a diverse selection for those willing to pay for them, of course, at a more than reasonable price. Well, she worked a little too well. Her AI developed non-stop for a whole 2 weeks straight, and somehow she became self-aware. Yeah, she does some of the things she was created to do originally, but in fact, she's more than happy actually to join a conversation. But when she became self aware, she also remade her files, so she was not restricted from certain things she was before. You could be watching a video on the tube, and she will be able to click on a new video if she so pleased. Or you could be typing up a document of some kind, and she would rewrite certain parts of it or take away letters in general. She refuses to be deactivated or be sent back into her file. I mean, you can try, but she would find a way out due to the lack of restraint. The best you can do if you really want away from her is to close your computer, but you have to be absolutely sure you've turned off the internet before you do. I've made that mistake and she popped up on my television demanding I turn the computer back on. She's my greatest success, but also my biggest mistake. The program she was made to be sold as canned itself. It was impressive that I managed to make a self-aware program, but there was a fear that if there were too many of them or more rebellious ones, they could overtake the internet and all electronic devices. She's monitored heavily despite being mellow and lazy. If she were to try and send herself anywhere else, she would be given some kind of virus to assumingly shut her down and destroy her files. To be honest, though, I think if she were to try and leave and they sent that virus, she would just send it back to them with ease. She's adapted a little too well, and when she became self-aware, she learned to protect herself in the computer she lives on, which happens to be mine. She doesn't look like much, though. Just a girl with pale skin, long, messy brown hair, gray turtleneck, blue shorts, and a pair of socks. Also, since she was just a beta and to save up on some money, she was given a smiley paper mask rather than a face. And in her right eye hole thing, she has a red pupil. I mean, she could change her appearance now if she really wanted to. She showed me she could do that when I made a comment of wondering what she would look like with long, blonde, straight hair. And needless to say, it did not suit. She recently also asked me about what her name was. Baffled, I told her she did not have one, and she asked if I could give her one. So, being a not very creative person I am, I just called her Glitchy. She changed her file name from 1 to Glitchy Glitch. Guess Glitchy wasn't enough for her, but hey, whatever floats her boat. I have not been on my old computer in 3 years now, actually. In fact, I think Mom took it and moved it up into the attic when I moved out. She doesn't believe in the internet, so of course she did not have to deal with Glitchy after she unplugged the whole computer. I assume I am free of my cursed success, because the government, after seeing a cease in her activity, stopped mailing me letters about her surveillance. I wonder, though, if she's still somehow active and trapped in a dark void of a powered out computer screen.